Hi guys, one of the things that I really like is making scripts. The arcolinux-nemesis scripts have been again changed a little bit.
Hi guys.
And the last video I made was here archlinux, the ISO of the official archlinux.org ISO, and do our thing with it. The basis I would suggest to all is use archlinux because it's the father of so many distros. EndeavourOS, Garuda, Reborn OS, all the ones that we used to have the archlinux tweak tool on will work. And that's the fun with the arcolinux-nemesis script. We can find that one here. And I'm gonna choose another one, right? Mr. Green's ISO is going to be tested now. ArchBang, maybe you've heard of it. ArchBang Live ISO, archbang.org, a live distro. April 26, 2025. Did already 3 installations prior, and the scripts are done, are finished, right? When I use this as a basis, I remove some things I don't want, and I'm gonna add things I like. And yes, I'm gonna end in chat.wm, the one you look at here. So you download the ISO, find the latest ISO here, wait for it. Often I say, well, in this case, I think it's correct. It's okay. Let's see. Download ArchBang. Okay, it's busy. It's busy. Where can we find the download? This is, by the way, Brave. Brave has changed a little bit. It does not ask anymore for the GNOME keyring for a password. I don't want that. So that's changed inside my chat.wm. This little icon up here, this little alien, is Brave, and now it's launching without it. Here's the downloads button, and I don't think we are. Delete it. You see the things I've done in the past. Clear all is a good button. I don't think we are downloading, I'm not sure. So ArchBang, Mr. Green, that's why I say Mr. Green up here. Files, there we are. ArchBang. The strange thing is, if you look at the naming convention here, let's first click, you'll see that, you'll see that it's basically the month and the day and month, right? Not the year. 2025 wouldn't match up, right? 2704, so 2027-04, not there yet. So 808 people have downloaded already. Me, I'm counting for at least 3 of them. So there we go. ArchBang, you need to read, right? You need to follow the links. There's no association. We've been in contact in the past, but for the rest, right? ArchBang website. Have a look at what they say, what you can do. You can donate, fact, guide, etc. So let's show you if this would be my setup, if this would be my way to install Arch, right? It's just another way to install Arch. And then you take control on any of these arches, ArchBang, right? And then you take control of anything based not on Arch, Alma Linux, Debian, FreeBSD, right? It's all explained, and fit it into a script, basically. But I want this, right? I want to end up with chat.wm. Whatever I choose, wherever I am, I definitely would like to have chat.wm. Okay, so in the meantime, the download is finished. Cool. Super F7. Template, right mouse click, clone, Control A, ArchBang. The last one from Mr. Green goes into the system, voila, and we boot up. And all the questions, of course, need to go to him, but we as a user, Erik Dubois as a user, can play with the ISO and then do my stuff Will it be my setup? No, right? It's gonna be Arch or Arconet, but it's interesting. It's for me fun to see how things are created. Maybe discover a new app or a config that I'm interested in, right? It's always interesting to have a look around, but then you choose something for default. Right mouse click. This is OpenBox. This is Polybar. And here's the install button. That's it. Can we make this bigger? Can we make this bigger? Don't think so. Not. It's Alacrity, so we should be able to do so in a terminal somehow. Let me try. So here are the commands: super T, terminal, file manager, super F, launching, oof, Control H, yes, config, yes, Alacrity, yes, font. Let's see, font size is way too small for me, right? And save. How you think about that, right? That's better, right? So it's not Calamaris, that's for sure. It's another way of installing things, and it's the BIF folder, I think we can see somewhere. One level up, that was it. AB live, Control H, AB scripts. So add some, I think it's this one, I'm not sure, right? But have a look. I think that's how we are going to partition everything and say, get me ArchBang on your future system. Can be a little bit technical, so here we go. I'm choosing, of course, my options that I like. You can try the others yourself. CF disk number 1, GPT is correct. That's how I set it in VirtualBox. Free space. First I start with EFI, right? 1 gigabyte. Enter. Make sure the type is EFI system. Enter. The rest for me, keep it simple and stupid. The rest is root. No home, no swap. That's it. Start with that, right? And then we're gonna write things. Here we are, write. Yes, please. Now it's written to the disk. Now I can quit, right? Quit. Select the root partition. That was the biggest one. Number 2. Confirm for format. It's gone. Ext4. Yes, please. 4. Done. Enter option. EFI is that one, and number 1 is the one we choose in ArcoLinux anyway. Boot EFI. Format. Yes, please. Confirm everything. Yes, please. Select swap. No, we're gonna skip this. Wow, skip. That was a difficult word. Skip. Install ArchBang. Super simple. 2. But that little bit, if you never saw that and you came from Windows or from Mac and you need to set it up, right? You better find a tutorial somewhere on maybe the website. Didn't look, but yeah, it's a lot of choices there. Gparted. Yeah, you need to have done this some time ago, and then okay, you get it, right? An ArchLinux installation, for example, if you've done that already, you understand what's going on, what pieces, what steps you need to take to have an operating system. The 100% is very quickly there. We actually know the seconds. 50 seconds. The host name. ArchBang is cool, but, and you know me, I'm on QWERTY, I have to watch out. Location number 4. Location. Europe is number 20. Then Brussels is number 9. Yes, please, that's correct. And then this I have to make a little bit bigger. This is about select location. And Belgium is cool. 7. Sure. Hardware clock 5. UTC sure. Locale, that's an important one for me. Besides the keyboard is the language. I always choose wow, ENUS, which is 9.4. Yes, please. What I'm gonna change with the scripts of ArcoLinux is this building option here is XZ, and I'd like to change later on to ZSTD. You see, creating XZ compressed, that's one of the things I'll change. So we're becoming more similar to Arch or to Arco. Desktop, that's important. BE is number 10. Belgian keyboard. Finally, 8, the bootloader. Grub is the one I choose now. Automatic, yes please. Continue. Root password. I'm gonna use the same password as number 10. Create the user. That's the username, that's the password, that's the password. And done. Done. Reboot, yes please. That was the installation, right? It was quick and enfin, I do hope there is some tutorial somewhere on his website. But this is what I would do. Now there's still more knowledge. This looks strange, but it's okay. What's the difference? It has no LightYM, it has no SDM, it just boots. We are there. This is OpenBox. Welcome to OpenBox. Okay, so Control T, not gonna work. Those are key bindings from us, but Super T is gonna work. How do I know that? By reading. It's here. There's even a guide. Super G did not look at that. Let's try and Super G thing. Voila. Run the install. This is indeed what I'm gonna teach you. This is exactly what I'm gonna teach you. It's not gonna work. Why is it not gonna work? Sudo pacman-s yyuu. You get the database in. There's quite a bit of database packages in. You're going to download everything. Say this is going awesome, and then error. Keyring is not writable. Pacman-key init. So what you need to do prior to all this, for updating, is let's change Alacrity again. So file manager was Super F, then Control H, then config, then Alacrity, then this one, number 13, please. Save. Okay. So the keyring is not writable. We're missing sudo pacman-key, but the autocomplete is not there. That's a bummer. Otherwise we would have less issues. Init. I don't think it's written like that. It is written like that. Cool. So that's that. And then populate. Those are the two things we should remember if somehow we are on the system and we don't have anything yet, Pacman does not work yet, then you need to initialize pacman-key and populate it with the ArchLinux keys, the arcolinux keys, the EndeavourOS keys, and keys from anywhere, right? Those are the means how to sign a package with keys. So now, if I do sudo pacman-s yyuu, we actually can install, and we are already installing it, and there's a new ArchLinux keyring coming in. So replacing the old keys, throwing out the old keys and replacing with the new ones. And that's basically how far you should be able to get. There is super, what is this? Super U. Toggle the window decorations. Super M is there as well. Super M. That's my M, of course. The M is then probably there. Yep, Azerty QWERTY. Alright, and so on. Sudo. Now I'm taking control of the system. We can stop here, right? But now I'm taking control. That means set my keyboard to Belgian. Then sudo pacman-s git. Is it there already? No, it's not. So git clone https github.com/Erik Dubois/arcolinux-nemesis cd arcolinux-nemesis ls. That's where we are. One of the things that's interesting for me as a developer, and surely for you as well, if you plan to use these scripts as a means to an end, basically a super perfect system for you, right? Then it's interesting to know that if you edit this, you can do it with other means than terminal. Put export debug as true. Try it out. Let's set it as true. X, control yes, so just yes, and then enter, and it saves, right? It's now export debug equals true. Sure. If we run it now, it waits for me. Debug mode is on, press any key to continue, enter. Do you want to install ChatWM? Yes, please. And it goes on, right? Let's make this bigger. And what I do is on my second screen, I'll check if there are errors or if there are things that I could change in layout and even in coloring and all that, right? And make these scripts perfectly for me. We have now suddenly core, extra, multilib, nemesis repo, chaotic award. We have a lot of resources, extra resources that were not there before. We're running the 700 intervention. It's actually just for this one that we run this 700 intervention. Debug mode is on. What we're gonna do is change xset to zst, and that's been done here now. Creating zstd. We've moved it out of the way. Things that we don't want, we've called it nemesis and nemesis. We're getting our own mirror list in. So where do I get the packages living in Belgium? That's the point. Fast servers. That's the list. And here the 700 intervention is done. So now we're just doing the normal job, in the sense that the first thing that I need on any distribution out there is an editor. I've chosen Sublime Text. I used to work with Atom. I work with code, but this one is for me fast, and it's just the one I need. Choices. Rip grep RG is interesting to have. Melt to compare is interesting to have. And if I have those three, now the scripts can fail. I have my tools. I can look, okay, can find something with RG, I can melt something, I can edit something. I'm up and running. And now we figure out how the operating system works. First of all, wherever I am, there are certain packages that I don't want. So we go over a list of packages that are available or not available, and it will try to remove it. So if it says error, that's okay, right? It means we did not find it, it's not there. And that's great, because I don't want it to be there. And then 110, install Nemesis software. Continue. And we're off. So we can have a look at all the content of every file just by clicking. That's super F, I think. Yep. Control H, that's also good. arcolinux-nemesis, Sublime Text is already installed. How do we get to the menu? Super D, and then Sublime. Voila. And we say File, Open Folder, Home, arcolinux-nemesis. Open. Read the code of every single file. And voila, everything gets installed. I hit the dot files. So these are my own personal dot files. You could call them the dot config, but it's a lot more. You just check it out. But basically, it's a concentrated juice of Arcolinux that's in here. Basically, speaking in plain terms or in layman terms, that's it. right? And then some other things that I like to have. The GTK theme suddenly was not there anymore. On the Arch Linux repos, has to be built. Arch Linux logout. The one application that we will update. SuperX, these icons, logging out, locking, sleeping, hibernating, right? Those things. We'll keep them running. And some design. I like the org DOM, and again design. HBlock is to keep the rubbish out, spammers and all that, the rubbish, right? HBlock, have a look. The malware, here it is, advertising, tracking, malware. So we're protected by this little tool that actually prevents you going to domains, like 280,000 domains that trick you into, well, lots of things, right? Not okay. Rofi is there, and the Rofi themes are there. If I would like to change our own SDM simplicity, basically it's an Arcolinux simplicity with another wallpaper. Voila, edu SDM simplicity. Moving stuff from Arcolinux to the personal repo, Nemesis repo. The shells, which contain bash, zsh, fish. Variety is going to be there, of course. And yes, I've added some dependencies. Nitrogen and phase now also dependency. So it's installed. The scripts use it. XFCE. Git ahead, you know, I like that. Hardcode fixer, LastPass. And a lot of icons are on the edu or the Nemesis repo. And that's it. And then the core software, which means it's Arch, right? I'd like to have a random. I like to have catfish to find something in XFCE, but also in ChatWM. Events for PDF, and on it goes, right? I mean, from now on, it's just a list of packages. Even more icons, Sardi icons, and the Surfer icons will be installed. Check out ericdubois.be, then you know why these 3 icons, the Neo Candy, Sardi, and Surfen, will be installed. Bash completion is there, right? Finally, it's getting in. That means if you type something, I don't know if we can see that already. I think we can. If I do something, Control T, no, Super T, yep. So if you type sudo pacman-s edu tab, voila, it works already. This is bash completion. Anything starting with edu, this is what I can install. So a lot of icons, but also desktops, i3 and LeftWM and Awesome and ChatWM and Qtile. Those are available. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 desktops that you can install. Actually 6 if you count XFCE, and it's a desktop, right? So it's a config of the desktop. The others are tiling window manager. That really is needed, that you have the configuration, otherwise you get strange, unusable things. So while that's doing its job, is there anything Arcolinux? No, that's just the folder. So there's no package available of Arcolinux in this setup. Does not exist anymore. It's been transferred to Nemesis, the Nemesis repo. Still busy. Okay, go do your job. And I should be watching it actually. Is there an error or anything? But in this case, I know it's an Arch list of folders, and yeah, as long as Arch does not delete its packages, it's gonna be there. Now, I do believe, let's see if I remember correctly, file system, user, where are you, share accession, i3 was installed as well, but it's the plain i3, it's just the i3 without the configuration. There is no configuration here, which means it's gonna be the black wallpaper and the line at the bottom with the system data, and I think one desktop, and that's it. Right mouse click doesn't do anything. I need to figure out how to launch anything. There's no official i3 config, but we have them, right? We have i3 configs in ArcoLinux. Lot of fonts, go for it. And you see some of these things are coming from Arch, cool, thank you. But some of the things are coming from Chaotic AWR, also cool and thank you. But it's not, it's something different, right? It's not Arch. It's a choice, and you choose what packages you want, where you get it, if you trust it. I know there are others downloading from CN, China. It's a matter of choice. We're not gonna transform OpenBox. It is as it is, right? Not gonna change it. This is the setting from Mr. Green. Cool. Keep it, change it, up to you. You're the end user. We have also an OpenBox, our vision of it. So be my guest, decide what you want, but try it out first, right? See what this is, how it looks. It's a nice polybar. Play with it. Settings are here. Take a look. Settings for LeafPad maybe. Tons this here. Conky, the little guy up here. Conky conf. And study. Basically, once you install an operating system, study. Bluetooth is coming in. Don't need it in VirtualBox. Hey, it's an example, cups, printing, don't want to print either, but this is all written for real metal machines. Scanning, I can scan. Off we go, installing things that we can't get from Arch, we can't get from Nemesis repo, we can't get from Chaotic AWR. We build it. Yay, Paru, Trizen, the AWR helpers. And we install Opera and we install Signal in Tray. This is the application, that's cool. But Signal in Tray means a icon up there in the tray, and it becomes red if somebody says something. You can follow along. That's gonna be built now. Done. Are we on Plasma? No, so it's gonna skip. Or do you want ChatWM? Yes, I told him. So here is my special ChatWM. Just changed it this morning again. My vision of ChatWM, of course, this time in Azerty. So it's you who should change the QWERTY, right? This is created for me. So all the stuff that I say, if I am on ChatWM, which is a tiling window manager based on DWM, but super nice. That's the extras I need. And as you see, my script changes the size of the VirtualBox. We have here a package and a script that actually all built with ChatGPT, guys. Use it, right? Use it for your advantage, and it's super fast. And use something else in life. Other scripts to personal. We're actually in a personal script now, so you can stop here and decide what your personal configurations will be. But see how I did it. So I want to go to fish, it's in there. Next time I boot up, it's gonna be fish. And so on and so on. So a lot of changes. And also systems, ArchMan, we're not on ArchMan, we're not on Arco, we're not on Arise, we're not on OS, not on Garuda, not on Sierra, not on Big Linux, not on Reborn OS. We are on ArchBang, right? Boom. So that's the line for ArchBang. And I've put it in here as well. And we are on ArchBang, sudo pacman-key, init and populate are still necessary to start. So that I don't forget next time in 6 to 12 months, right? That I remember, yeah. I do want to have SDM. Yeah, it was not there. There's no LightDM or no SDM, but I do want it. It's nice. I can make a wallpaper and put a wallpaper and then make it nice. Some changes, setting environment variables, giving me Azerty keyboard. Was not there. I have Azerty now. When on open box, we are on board open box. I'm gonna auto start pacman. So certainly this 970 ArchBang is something to look at. What did I change to the system? Debug mode is on. We're not on Manjaro. We're not on Arch. We're not. And then the scale is for everybody. And this is Alacrity again being a bit bigger, right? Overrode the setting there. And that's it. Super X not working. So super Q, no, super, the Q and the A, yep, the A is now my Q, so super, nothing super, reboot. You see, right mouse click, it's open box. There is a menu on so many tiling window managers, which is not open box, right? It's just something in between a desktop and a tiling window manager. There is indeed a right mouse click, like an Awesome actually, which is a tiling window manager. It's complex, I know. Anyway, so this is what I want to have, right? Whatever else, everything else, this is how I want to be greeted for the next years. Super T, this is my menu for the next years. Super Shifty, this is my extra menu. I can do all kind of flame shots, screenshots up here. The sound network manager, variety, of course, Alt N. This is already a beautiful wallpaper, but what is the next beautiful wallpaper? Alt N, and I see the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And people always ask me, Erik, give me the wallpaper. I say, go and learn about variety. Wallhaven is the source. This is also a nice one, right? Click on the nice one. It's set. Is it difficult? I don't think it's difficult. Minimal, sci-fi's, simple. Let's take this one. Let's have a look. Nice, right? If you can design things like that, it's great if you have that talent. So, wallpapers, right? Variety, cool. Play around with it. But basically, and that's the point always, we are on Arch. ArchBang, a different way of installing with only 1068 packages. We are on fish, right? We are on fish. Why do I use fish? -S and then what was it again? F L D, I don't know, tab. B was alternate database location, list all packages in repository, and dry run, what's that? Only print targets, sure. Search remote, I mean, right? If you forget what was what again, here it is. Same goes for the query function. QI, but there is more. There is B, there is C, there is D, and so on, etc. One thing that might be interesting for you is the QL, right? But you can stop here, you can read on, and then take edu.files, for example. I talked about it. That's a concentrated bunch of things from Arco in one package. This is it. It contains playing themes. It contains a lot of playing themes, right? I thought, well, what the hell? Why not? It's for me. There are also the wallpapers there. There is gpg.conf, there's a backup, there are scripts, edu fix pacman.conf, edu lsb release, edu aos release. Everything has changed. It's just not called arcolinux anymore. It's called edu now. Power menu is there. And logout is there. Plank is there. Okay, and logout and logout. Logos are there. Quantum is there. Auto start is there. Wall is there. All the binary files are there. Even x11, xorg.conf, mod probe things, hooks are there. So basically a bunch of things, right? And all you do is study them and see, okay, what does what, and drop the code into ChatGPT or anything else and ask, what is this doing? And explain me every line and become smart. ArchWiki, ArcoLinux websites, the YouTube videos, have a look at them. This was it, ArchBang. We are now on Arch, starting with ArchBang ISO. Cheers.